Before landing in Australia, there's one thing that actually decides whether your upcoming first or second month is going to be smooth or chaotic. That's going to be money. It's not going to be a visa, it's not going to be a flight. It's your bank account, in simple words. If you get a wrong bank and you're paying random fees which you didn't expect in the past, then you're waiting days to touch your own money. You're making same mistakes that so many students are still making, and I don't want you to make those mistakes. So in this video, let's go thoroughly and let me explain you how you can open the correct bank account, which bank you can actually pick as a student in Australia, how to set it up, and when I say set it up means set it up before even you fly here, whether UPI or Apple Pay, what will be actually working for you. And I will also share the money mistakes that I keep seeing students are making and I don't want you to make. So let's go forward. Hi guys, hello, welcome back to another video. This is your Caps Lock and today we are back with another video, but I am continuing the playlist which I made in the past, which is new student starter pack. Means all the things that you need to know if you're coming here as a student and you want to learn about so many things before even landing, and you can just watch this whole playlist. The link is in description and you can obviously go into my playlist section and watch this playlist because this is going to be giving you so much information related to all the steps: opening bank accounts, knowing your first 24 hours in the airport, how to come up, and different things. But stay here and I will be posting more content for you. So most people don't even know that you can actually start setting up your account, making up your account before you land here as an international student or as a migrant. Combank, Westpac, NAB and ANZ, the big four banks, actually let you start the process of having a bank account, saving bank account online, some up to 14 days before you actually land up here, and you actually get the digital card ready to use the second you arrive in Australia, which is actually so helpful, right? And why I'm saying this, because I will give you the more reasons about this later. Coming back, you will just walk in to verify your ID in the branch. That's it. So in simple words, basically you will not be standing at the airport with zero money access into your pocket when you land here in Australia if you follow these particular steps which I'll be telling you. And trust me, when you have zero money in the pocket or you just have cash, it's not actually a fun way to start. Okay, so let's give you the step-by-step guide. So let me break everything properly. First step, pick your bank. So I have told you the four banks. There could be more, but these are the ones which are one of the popular ones, I would say. Combank is one of the popular banks amongst new students that arrive in Australia, mainly because it takes foreign addresses during the online application, and that's a good reason of it. However, Westpac, ANZ and NAB all also similarly do the same things. So if I would be you, how would you choose? I would choose a bank which is actually near to your accommodation where you will be living, not just randomly any bank. Suppose if you choose NAB, that NAB bank's branch is really far away from the location that you will be living. There's no point, because sometimes you have to manually go to ask some questions and to have different things. It would be better to choose something that's closer to your location. And obviously you can easily have a look on how their transfer actually works. You can call the customer support, because most of the banks right now in Australia have the overseas number, so you can talk to them and have more information. They have online chat assistance as well, so that's not an issue. So the next step is get your documents ready. Passport with your visa on it, your confirmation of enrollment, or sometimes offer letter as well. And eventually you will be needing an Australian address and Australian number, yes. But a lot of the banks actually takes the student accommodation address beforehand, or even a short-term Airbnb, but you need to deliberately tell it to them. Just to get the ball rolling, means just to give a start to your accounting details and have your bank account set up. Now the next step is applying online before you fly, and it happens only if your bank lets you. So there are some, but you need to go and check and obviously have a chat with them on the chat portals. And it's simple: fill it out, upload the documents, get a customer ID, then you will get a client ID. That's technically not your real account yet, but think of it as a placeholder that switches you to a real one when you land in here. So the next step is going to the branch actually when you land here in Australia, and this part is actually non-negotiable. You have to do it if you want to verify and get your account set up and started. Every major banks needs to see you, requires to see you in person and have your verification done. because you're coming here for the first time, right? So bring the actual physical passport, write it down. Bring your actual physical passport, bring your printed copy of visa. I always ask people to have multiple copies because back in your own nation the printing is cheaper than comparative to here. And other documents like COE and all, try to get those printed and make it a folder and bring it here. And also this is also where you will sort your TFN, tax file number. And if you want me to make a video on this TFN, let me know in comment section. I will definitely make a video, next video on this, how to apply on TFN. Okay, then last part of this step guide is activating your card, and you're done. That's it. Once you're verified, you will get a digital card straight in the app that you can use to pay. So you can start spending money immediately, but as a brother, try not to spend too much money. Save your money in the start. That's going to be really helpful for you. And you don't need to wait for the arrival of actual physical card to start spending. You can use the digital card as I mentioned before. And you might get the physical card around in 14-15 days at your address which you have provided. Now the section is cards, UPI, Apple Pay ID. Let's talk on this. Let's clear this mess up. Payments. That's where I see the most confusion amongst the students. So your Australian debit card, usually a Visa card or a MasterCard, works everywhere. Tap wherever you go, in stores, off stores, no issues. Apple Pay, Google Pay, both work fine, but you need to add your card details to the Apple Pay, then you can use the Apple Pay medium. So which means you're actually tapping your phone as a card everywhere wherever you go and buy something. And Australia, I would say most of the part of Australia is right now tap to pay at all places. UPI though is a little different. You would be wondering about how it works. UPI does not work in Australia, being honest. Not yet. It might be in the future, but not yet. It's live in some handful of places, but not everywhere. Bhutan, France, recently Cambodia, but Australia is still not on the list. So you cannot technically plan your day-to-day spending using your UPI. Your Australian card is something that you might be needing, or I would say you would be needing every time, most of the times, to use and spend your money. Okay, so if your parents are sending you money from back in India or any other nation that you belongs to, that's a different process entirely. It goes through international bank transfers, and that's not UPI. It takes some days and it also takes some interest value, but that's a different process. That's not instant. Yes, but there are now these days platforms like Wise and other platforms which you can use to transfer money from one nation to another. If you want me to make another video on this too, let me know in the comment section. Let's talk about mistakes that happens around new international students mindset. So first, using your Indian card for spending everywhere. There are not much cases with this, but still there are. Every single swipe you're making, it's gonna be having a foreign transaction fees, usually around 3%. It doesn't sound much, but until it keep happening for the 3 months, then you will see the difference. You realize that you've actually burned thousands of rupees or the money on nothing, just paying extra. So get your local bank account set up and running so that you can use it. Next mistake is not checking your fee waiver conditions. Means most students' accounts usually get this monthly fee, but only if you tick a box under a certain age like 30 or a minimum deposit each month. If you miss that, you're actually getting charged every month without getting a particular notice. So try to sort it out. Another mistake is skipping TFN. No, tax file number is really important. Apply for it. If you start working without TFN, you're gonna get taxed way much by default. And I would say just do it the moment you land in Australia as a student. Another mistake is not comparing the transfer cost. When money is moving from India to Australia, or maybe any other nation to here, that's exchange rate and the fee that's gonna be used actually matters. So don't just accept whatever the bank is giving you the rate. Compare it before your family starts sending you money from back in your own nation. Another mistake is carrying cash instead of using cashless withdrawal. Most of the banks in Australia lets you pull out the money with just your phone or maybe a QR code before your physical cards even arrive. So you can use this feature obviously, and I would say don't just walk around the city with a full bunch of cash in your pocket, in your wallet, that you don't need to be carrying. And yeah, the last mistake is obviously sharing your OTP and access to your bank account net banking to someone else. Scams targeting new international students are real and common. So no bank accounts, no landlord, no agent actually require your PIN number or your OTP. So full stop. Never ever give your OTP, never ever give your access to your bank account to someone else. Keep it to you. Also, there's a simple tip I want to give it to you from my personal level. There's two sections. So one is Smart Access, another is Net Bank Saver. Most of the bank applications have this. So for example, if you have $1,000 in your account, set up this Net Saver, because probability of getting it scammed it's really less, because I got scammed 2 or 3 times and I have made videos on this already. So when you have $1,000 in your account, keep your $800 to $700 in your Net Saver, and only you can transfer it to Smart Access. And Smart Access is something, when you tap somewhere, the maximum money the Smart Access has, for example 300 left after 700 in the Net Saver, you can use the maximum to 300 to pay. Once, for example, you have just $10 left in Smart Access, you can obviously transfer money from Net Saver to Smart Access. If you forget to transfer the money and if you just tap it somewhere else and the value is $50 to pay but you only have $10, this won't be charged. The payment's gonna decline, and then you need to open your app, send some money from Net Saver to Smart Access, then you again pay. This is smarter way, this is safer way from the scams. So anyways, here's how things are going to be working around bank accounts. If you want more information, let me know in the comment section. I will make more videos on this. And the next topic you want me to make, put the comments and I will make. This is Caps Lock signing off. Follow me here, subscribe me here, subscribe my podcast channel. That's really important for you. I have been posting so much content. If you're coming as a student, you should watch it, because you're going to get so many points cleared in your head just because of one podcast channel. So this is Caps Lock signing off. Like, share and subscribe to this channel. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on other platforms. I'm trying to bring up new things for you. It's going to be here soon. Stay tuned. See you.